All right. Good morning, everyone. It's Melissa here. So, what a night, right? I did a video about how crappy my husband is acting, and I am up and I'm starting a fresh new day. Had another strange dream. Um, but sometimes God sends us these dreams to help us see things a certain way. And basically, my husband is no longer my husband. He's no longer my husband. He legally, I think we have 1 day left, 2 days left before there is a divorce. And I am now hearing at the very end of this whole over a year, close to a year and a half, over a year, last February 2023. What a good husband I have. You know, Leandro sent me another email this morning. I told him to take his tail and go run. Put his tail between his legs and go run. That means basically, you know, get lost, stop bugging me. Basically, you got what you wanted. I didn't really try, I'm like, I was easy on you guys. I put down this divorce. I tried to make peace. I put down alimony. I put things down. I didn't try that hard. I didn't spend any money on this whole thing, not a dime, except the mail. I did have to do mail. All I did was object. That's it, to give it more time and to be able to communicate. And he's like, you threw the kitchen sink at me. Like, you threw everything at me. And I'm like, I didn't even really try, Didn't try. And he was trying very hard to beat me. So, if I had tried and got a lawyer, I did have a lawyer. I just hadn't, I haven't paid her yet. We have an agreement that if I need her, I will be making payments to her. I qualify for the low cost stuff. I do have her technically in an agreement, but where she couldn't appear, I'm like, I guess I don't need her unless I need to appeal. Then I will be, retaining her and moving forward with things. But otherwise, I'm like, you got your divorce, you got what you wanted. What else do you want? What do you want? Why do you feel that you need to send emails telling me how good of a person you are? It's not true. If you were a good person, you would have duties to your family. That's what someone does. So, my husband chose to leave his family. He chose to not communicate. He was in his truck. I said, what do you want to do? What do you want to do here? What do you want to do here? He just didn't want to communicate. He chose not to communicate. He chose not to come over with us. He chose. So then he runs and plays the victim. And now I'm hearing, oh, yeah, he was in an abusive marriage. This is what a man does when he finds another woman. He talks about his other wife and how awful she was, and he was in an abusive marriage, and he tries to turn it around. And Kevin's like, oh, I'm a good person because I helped your husband find housing. Really? My husband and I were working together, and he didn't want to come over here, and he chose to stay in his truck, and he needed help. Poor guy, right? So my point in this video is to talk to women about how you are going to have all kinds of accusations thrown at you when a man is not happy. Whether that is he is married and he's not happy, or he is now divorced and he still isn't happy. You are going to have a man, the type of man who can't take responsibility for himself, throw things at you. So, I was just listening to Steven Speaks. I got through part of it. He talks about how when a man values a woman, he doesn't just desire her, but he values her. He values her thoughts. He values her opinions. He really wants to know what you think about things. He wants to, really know you. He doesn't want to change you. Yes, all of us can improve, right? And a husband will help his wife improve if he sees things. That is part of something that he does, but he doesn't want to change her and who she is at her foundation. He is usually pretty happy with his wife and who she is. So if you want more advice, I think Steven Speaks is a great channel. I think he's usually, right on, hits the nail on the head in relationships. It's a Christian channel, so he's going to have that perspective. And so you do want a man to value you, when he's just like, oh, you this and you this and you that and you left me and you did this, and he still hasn't taken responsibility for himself. And a man who is busy looking at himself and improving himself doesn't have time to look at other people. It's just the way it is. And with that in mind, I am headed to get my exercise done this morning, and then I'm headed out. I have errands to do, and then we are headed out tomorrow to get get keys to the place we're at. Kevin Leandro's like, you better come to court if you want to participate. I'm not going to New Hampshire right now. I already said I'm busy moving. I have commitments already over here. So I'm not going to New Hampshire on Thursday, and I will be praying that the judge's heart is turned toward me, and, whatever it is, let it be. And so I'll be busy doing that. And Saturday we are taking a U-Haul and we are, moving the rest of this stuff, mostly my stuff and my son's, and we have a lot to do. So, when your family has cut you out, they've been like, it's sad. I mean, I grew up with my husband, and I pretty much, since I've been, 16, 17? 17 dating my husband. So, I mean, I'm a part of that family. I am woven not only into Epsom, New Hampshire, but woven into their home. They want to get rid of me and act like they never knew me. It doesn't quite work that way where we have 5 sons. But let them go. Let them go. It's kind of sad because I grew up, I was kind of, small town of Epsom. Grew up there, roots over there. Kind of, that's where I have my roots. And when people want to get rid of you, his family, and just act like, you never were a part of their life, just let them. There's nothing you can do with these type of families. And move forward, enjoy your life. My husband didn't want to grow as a Christian. He didn't want to take responsibility for himself and for his family, so let him go. So that's all I got for now, and I've got things to do, and I don't have time to continue wasting on things that don't matter. It doesn't matter. He chose, and when you have a husband who has treated you poorly, in the end, I mean, at first it was really good, but in the end, move forward with your life and enjoy what God has given you. So that's what I got for you, ladies. Thanks for joining me.